Ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters, please may you put your hands together. May you type fire emojis in the chat as we welcome our amazing guest speaker today, all the way from Namibia. She's an ego manager, she's a Kaplan qualifier, and she's an amazing leader building a business in a very short period of time. And she's achieved so much in her business. And you are going to be inspired by her story. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we bring you on stage none other than Tangi Pena. The stage is yours, Tangi.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Barry. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And thank you for everybody that made time to tune in here to be able to listen and get any information that can relate to them, information that can make their business grow, or any information that can actually make them start their own business. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my story. I call it it's a forever for nothing or nothing, because guys, I don't know what you've heard about forever, but if you have heard about this business, if you've wanted to start this business, don't waste your time. Just start. If you are in this business and you feel nothing is moving, I don't know what is that you are doing, I don't know how it's going on, but I urge you to pull out the socks and take this business very seriously, because I can tell you it can change everything that you ever thought could never change. Everything that has been stressing you or what you believe, we are those people that believe I'm just meant to be like this. Believe me, you are not meant to be like that. Start something that can change your life forever. So my name is Tangi Pena Ambambi. I am a mother of two beautiful girls, 11 months and 6 years. I'm a wife to the most amazing and handsome man in the world. I'm a teacher by profession, a business coach, a manager in Forever Marketing Plan, and Forever to Drive qualifier 2025, and an Eagle Manager 2025. And guys, I'm looking at all these things. Some might not matter to you, but I can tell you a lot of things in this list, like right now, it matters to me most, because where I come from and seeing what I'm seeing right now, sometimes I want to pinch myself. Is this really me? Or is this really what I'm saying? Is this really happening? But I can tell you everything and anything that you see is reality. Now, that is me when I was a teacher. I have been a teacher at a school called Namtuni Primary School in Windhoek for over 10 years. I have been teaching. I started teaching when I was very young. I started teaching at the age of 21, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I started teaching at the age of 22, 21 there. That's when I started my teaching career. And I have been teaching for over 10 years. And I can tell you, in those over 10 years that I've been working, I have not gained anything. I have never made anything. I have never had a house, never had a car, never had anything apart from my clothes and my shoes. Those are the only things I own in my life. And I can tell you, I've tried so many things, because I've tried so many things to say, let me try this, let me do this, let me try this, let me do this. But I felt nothing is going to work. I felt I was meant to be like this. I felt this is it, this is me. Have you ever wondered of those teachers at school that have taught your mom and taught you, and they're about to teach your kids? Ladies and gentlemen, I could have been one of those teachers, I tell you. And have you ever wondered why she still doesn't have a car? Have you ever wondered why she still doesn't have a house, probably renting or probably living in the smallest of houses? I can tell you, in countries like Namibia, South Africa, I can say these are things and these are reality of people that have been working for over years, but they still can't own anything. Why? Ladies and gentlemen, we are drowning in debts. Like for me, I was drowning in debts as a teacher. There were so many things that are going on. I could get paid today, and believe me, by 7 o'clock, my account is in minus of 2,000 Namibian dollars, 3,000 Namibian dollars, 1,500 Namibian dollars. I had nothing. There was a time I used to pay my rent at 1 o'clock in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. In the morning, I put on an alarm every morning, every 20th, so that when the money comes in, I pay my rent immediately. Because by the time I wake up at 7 to be at work, my money will be gone. They will be taking like this. They will be taking. I had loans that I can tell you that I don't even know what I have done with those loans. If I had to start where the loan began, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to end up crying in this meeting. And I don't want us to cry. I want us to be inspired. And these are things that happened to me. And this was reality. When I speak of drowning in debt, guys, drowning in debt in Namibia is hectic. At a time where you can't even afford to buy anything. There was a time I couldn't even buy food. Somebody in my team right now, she's my cousin, she used to pay my DSTV just so that I can work. And she asked me, why, Tangi, why can I not just give you money to buy food? I said, I will eat and I'll get full, but what happens to me after? What happens to me after? I'll be thinking, I'll be depressed and all that. I would rather watch my movie to sleep and then I woke up to the next day. So ladies and gentlemen, that lady I speak, her name is Kanisia. Kanisia is one of my first managers in the business. She's one of the most people also that believed me first when I started the business. Even imagine believing in someone that you were paying for a DSTV because she was broke, because she was in debt, but you believed in him. She believed me when I told her, start the business with me and we will grow together. And today I'm happy to announce that she's one of the managers I have in the team. So ladies and gentlemen, I have seen it all. I have seen it all in this profession. And I can tell you, I say 80%, if not more, maybe 90 or more of government employees in this country are drowning in debt. Even they can have a house, they can be driving a car. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, they are drowning in debt. I have seen them. I have seen principals borrowing money from teachers. I have seen HOD struggling to buy bread for their kids. Everybody in offices, no matter what you see, they are drowning in debt. They can be driving beautiful cars, ladies and gentlemen. I have seen people in corporate world that are drowning in debt, and they're having an ego of thinking that I'm having it all. But ladies and gentlemen, like some of my business partners says, all they see, I'm a doctor, but a doctor is just a title. I'm a teacher, it's just a title. I'm a nurse, it's just a title. What is happening behind closed doors? You have no idea what people are going through. I can put on my beautiful heels and enter a classroom and say, good morning, class, today is payday. And believe me, I cannot even afford bread on that payday. It was that bad. But hey, sometimes we pray. Every day we pray. God, when is my breakthrough? God, when am I going to start? God, when are things going to happen for me? And I can tell you on one fine day, on the 15th of December, 2022, I think it's 14th of December, 2022, I came across an ad on Instagram. And I texted this and I clicked that lady on the 15 December 2022. If you can see in the first picture there, I clicked that ad. And she texted me, hello, I see you have requested about the business. Can you please fill in the short online form on my bio that we can connect on WhatsApp? It would be easier that day, you know? And I told her I did, thank you. I already did. You know, and she never contacted me on that WhatsApp. On the 16th of December 2022, I texted again. I'm still waiting on that WhatsApp group yet. She didn't come back to me. She came back to me on the 17th of December 2022. If you can see there in the conversation there, that's when she replied to me, and she said she's gonna send me an audio, a video where she's gonna introduce the business to me. Ladies and gentlemen, when she introduced me the business, so I was looking that beautiful with that haircut, but she was sitting on a chair, actually. Her name is Veronica Kunja. I don't know if she's in the meeting, but I believe she is. And she's my mentor in the business. She is my sponsor in the business. And she is the way that she is why I am here today. And she is, I say I am who I am because of her. Yes, God did everything, but it haven't been him if he haven't put her in my way. So he put her in my way, ladies and gentlemen. But when she sent me that video and she told me, my name is Veronica Kunja, my business is Forever Living Products. Ladies and gentlemen, when I heard the name Forever Living Products, I stopped watching. I never finished that introduction video. The moment I heard is Forever Living Products, I stopped watching. Now, why did I stop watching? Ladies and gentlemen, I grew up with this business. Since I was a child, I've heard of Forever Living Products. I've seen products, people buying. My mother died when I was 11 years old. Her soul rests in peace. Actually, she just turned 24 years today in heaven, because she died on the 22nd of April 2001. So today marks exactly 24 ever since she parted. Sorry guys. Yeah, so today is that day that my mom passed, and my mom died of AIDS. And I used to see her drinking this yellow bottle of Forever Living Products. So I grew up watching them, my aunts, them buying it for her, buying it for them. So in my mind, when Veronica told me that the business is Forever Living Products, I said, I'm not going to do this business. Number one, I felt it's so old, which means it's for old people. Number two, I felt it's Number two, I felt it's for sick people. Relating to my mom, when I used to see her drinking it, I felt, no, this is for sick people. I am not going to do this thing. What will people think even if I start selling these things? Now, to who am I going to sell this thing? Because in my mind also, I felt, where am I going to find people that are HIV positive to be buying these things? Because I really felt it's them that take these things. It's them that drink these things. That was the mindset I had. So later, one day, she calls me again. I just stopped watching the video. I never continued after that. And then I think 3 days later, she calls me again and say, hi, Tangi, did you watch the video? And I said, yes, I watched the video. Did you like it? I said, yes, I like it, because I didn't want to make her feel bad. And she said, I'm going to send you a presentation video that you can watch about the business and you can take it from there. I said, no problem, just send it. So she sends the video and I never opened the video. Ladies and gentlemen, that was December. I never watched the video because I remember the day she called me was it was before Christmas Eve, I think on the 23rd of December. That's when she called me. I didn't even want to pick up a call. I was hesitant. I was looking at it and I know it's a South African number. I don't receive phones from South Africa, so I knew it was her. And I was just watching the phone. But, sometimes God is really pushing us. Sometimes you say, God has already opened the door, unlocked the door for us. It's actually up to us to open these doors. But I hesitated to pick up this call, and I picked up. And then I just said, send the video, I'll watch it. And ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you, I never watched it. I never watched it. And it took time. About 3 weeks later, she calls me again on the 24th of, on the 3rd of January, not called me. She texted me in the middle of the night, around 2 in the morning. And ladies and gentlemen, the same time also I saw this video, it was around 2 in the morning. And you keep wondering, it's a married woman that keeps saying she's married to the most handsome man in the world. What is she doing at 2 a.m. in the morning up on social media when the husband is next to her to bed? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you that this is what happens when your life has nothing, when you have no goals, when there's nothing driving you, when there's nothing. This is what happens. Most of us, what we do is we go on WhatsApp, watch everybody's status until you finish it. You move to Facebook, and then you move to the more addicted one now, TikTok. You go to bed at 8 o'clock in the evening, but most of us go sleep after 2 because there's nothing happening. So we would rather watch people's lives, watch other people's lives there on social media on what is happening. Now, that was me when this business came to me. That's what I used to do. And I know a lot of people are doing that. Some people even get angry when nobody's updating their status. Like, why are people not updating? Some people go on TikTok and get angry. Yeah, my TikTok is just showing this video of dead people, or this one is just showing things. I want to see funny things. Like, they get angry. All we want is to follow what other people, and it was happening to me. That's why I know that that's what we do. That's what people do. And that day she texted me at 2 a.m. in the morning. I saw that she said, hi, Tangi, I'm in Namibia. But I'm in Rundu right now. I'll be in Windhoek at 11 o'clock tomorrow, and I would like to see you from 12 to 6 if it's okay with you. When I saw that text, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know that Vera probably texted about 100 people. It came for me personally because it came in my inbox, ladies and gentlemen. I looked at it and I was like, she's in Namibia, because my sponsor is not Namibian. She's Tanzanian, ladies and gentlemen. She came from the same country as our host here, Wilpad Malia. But she resides now in South Africa now 3 years ago. She stays there. And when I saw that she's in Namibia, I was like, okay, maybe I should watch these things. By the way, I have nothing to lose. I still went to watch it just because she said she's in Namibia. And I thought, okay, it's not the first time a foreigner calls me and they want to meet me. It was exciting. So I jumped off the bed and I went to the sitting room to watch this video. Ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you when I watched that video, I regretted. Why did I not watch this video in December when it came? I felt I wasted my time. I felt I was stupid for not watching this video. So if you are here right now, I'm not blaming you for being forced in this meeting, even when you didn't want to. I'm not blaming you for saying you didn't want. I'm not forced. I'm not blaming you for saying, no, this is not for you. I felt it. I felt the same until I watched that video, guys. I saw stories of people like Damada's stand. I was shocked by Damada's stand story. I was shocked by Mariana's story. I was shocked by another lady called Gwen. I listened to their stories and I was like, what is so different about me? I'm here praying for a breakthrough every day. I'm here praying every day. God, when is my time? Why is my life like this? When is it going to change? And I look at those people and I ask myself a question, what is so different about me? This video took about 1 hour, 45 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, guys. I watched it all on YouTube. And around 4 in the morning, I remember going back to bed and texting my husband that, hi, hubby, please, when you go to work tomorrow, come back home at 1 o'clock during lunch. I need you to take me somewhere. I need to meet one lady for a business present, for a business. She's introducing me to some business. And I sent him the same video and I told him, I also want you to look at it. Maybe you'll be interested. So in the morning when he wake up, I was already exhausted. I went to bed late. He just kissed me and he left for work. Around 9, he's texting me, he's calling me and asking me, why are you texting me early in the morning if we are in the same bed? I said, I didn't want to wake up because, you know, those morning hours are the best hours to sleep. I just wanted you to rest. He said, no problem. I'll come and take you. But I'm not interested in your things, Tangi. You like things. So ladies and gentlemen, my husband is saying that because one of the reasons also we are in debt, I'm also part of it. I remember introducing him to some pyramid scheme things, but part of Forex type of things that we did in 2019, I remember. I invested about 42,000 Namibian dollars that I took a loan that was not even mine, and I lost everything. And then before that, I also convinced him to do, and he invested around about 60,000. And in 7 days of doing this, guys, we lost everything. For Namibians, if you know these Amsherero stories, we were one of those people that invested in those people and we lost it all. And when I told him about this, he said, Tangi, you like things. Not this time. Not this time. You are not getting me involved in your things. I am not getting involved in your things. I said, no problem. It's okay. Just come home and take me, but just watch the video in case, because you never know. I told him that. You know, for a soft spot he had for me, obviously, he went and watched the video, I think, without my knowledge. So he came to pick me up at 1 o'clock and we moved to the hotel where Veronica's asked. Around 2, I'm asking him, are you not going back to work? He said, no, I'm interested in this thing. I want to see it because I watched the video. So guys, I was impressed. Veronica came, did the meeting with us, the same presentation I watched. She did it over again, but this time physical. And when she finished, I told her, listen, my lady, I don't have this money right now, but I will make it available tomorrow. I don't have it, but I will make it available tomorrow. I'm so actually shocked, like, where am I going to find this money tomorrow if I don't have it? Ladies and gentlemen, it was January. Nobody has money in January. I was broke. Like I said, I was in debt. But at least, fortunate enough, I was not broke not to have been, because there were times I couldn't even borrow money from the bank or from the loan institution. There are a lot of people that don't even qualify to borrow loans. So, but fortunately, that time, I could qualify to borrow small money. So I went to Intrepo. For those that know Intrepo, it's another government institution for loans in Namibia. So, and I went to that one specifically because once you borrow money from there, 10 minutes from there, or once you are done, that money is already ringing on your phone. So on the 5th of January 2023, I was in the line at Intrep. I was top 5 of people that were standing already in that line at 8 o'clock, waiting for it to open so that I can ask that loan. I took a 7,000 Namibian dollar loan, ladies and gentlemen. And 9 o'clock, I was sitting in that hotel where Veronica was, and I came to sign that form. That's how I started my business. And then immediately my husband said he's interested in this thing too. He said he took his last savings that were so small. Then he said, I'm joining this thing. He joined this thing after me. He was my first recruitment on the same day. So I did my 4CC for those that are in the business in the same day, ladies and gentlemen. And 5 days later, I was paid. Guys, I was excited. That was the turning point. When I received that money, I never looked back. I went crazy. You know, the power of receiving money that you did nothing. The only thing that I did was tell my husband that the business is good and he should listen to the video. He watched the video, listened to Veronica, and he decided he wants the business. And then I'm just paid like that. Guys, it changes everything. They say money is the root of all evil. No, money is not a root of all evil. Money is the root of all happiness. It just depends on how you get your money. If you get your money truthfully, dignity, legitimately, guys, money is beautiful. Money changes everything. I'm not saying hate money. I don't hate money, guys. Money changes everything. And that's when everything changed. Ladies and gentlemen, fast forward. If you've seen that picture already, that is me and a total stranger in South Africa. A total stranger that I did not want to listen to. I was staying at her house there, guys, ladies and gentlemen. 6 months later, this is me and the stranger again in Namibia again, 6 months later, doing a tour. Somebody that I met on social media. Girl, how powerful is social media? How are you using your social media? How are you using social media to meet people? For me, Instagram brought me this lady. Instagram brought me something that have changed my life forever, ladies and gentlemen. So I want you to have that chance also. However it come to you, believe me, that's how God wanted it to come to you. Now, how do you ever stop to think what matters to you most? For me, what matters to you most? Because when you start a forever business, they say you need a reason. You need a why. Why is it so important to you that you want this business? Why is it so important to you that you started this business? What is that reason? Because it should be powerful enough to wake you up every morning, knowing that I'm going to speak to 10 people, to 50 people. Because with this reason, it stresses you, and I think it also excites you at the same time. So you need to work to make sure that it's going to be taken care of. Because I can tell you, Forever is not a quick money scheme. No, it's not. It starts small. But starting small, and it grows massively if you put in the work. And once you have that reason, the why, what is that thing that matters to you most? I can tell you everything, and everything can change. For me, I feel if you're not working your forever business as you are supposed to, then you don't have the reason. Because they say when you have the reason, but you're not working towards the reason, it makes no difference. You are going to remain in the same place. If you are working hard also, but you have no reason, you are still going to be in the same position because you don't know what you're working for. But when you have both, the working hard and the why, guys, you have no idea how powerful these two are. How powerful this can drive you. How powerful this can get you to finish, to work for what you go, for what you want. I can tell you, no matter what it is, you are going to make it work. For me, it was my debt, ladies and gentlemen. It was my debt. Guys, I was in debt. I tried to resign 3 times before. 3 times I tried to resign from my job because 3 months into the business, guys, I started on January the 5th. On the 5th of January 2023, I started my business. February, I became a supervisor in the business. March, I resigned from my job as a teacher. As a supervisor. April 15th was the last month or last day I ever said good morning to kids in a class on the 15th of April 2023 because you need a month to put in a resignation and you leave after a month. So I put in my resignation on the 15th of March and I left on the 15th of April. And I can tell you guys, if you are here, I became a supervisor in February. In March, I did not do 4cc, but I resigned. In April, I did not do 4cc, but I resigned. I tell you, in those 2 months, I don't know what happened. I think I got excited. And when the money was coming to me, guys, I started buying things. I have a couch here in the house that I bought with my first check. When I did 7cc in January, it was 4,000 something. That whole 4,000, I went to buy a couch. My husband even called it an unplanned couch until today. That way, the unplanned couch. I got excited because I'm not used to this money that's coming in. And Little did I know, I needed to use this money to do my business. I needed to use money to build my business, because when you start the business, every little money you get, you are supposed to invest it back into the business. What is a mistake I did? I went and chopped the money. I went and chopped the money. But as much as I went and chopped the money, ladies and gentlemen, I resigned because I had a vision. Ladies and gentlemen, they say successful people are people that can see things that other people do not see. I saw a vision. I knew, I looked at myself, and with forever, I could see my life different. I could see my life changing. I could see things happening to me, even when I had nothing. Even when I didn't do 4cc. And I had no products. I had no nothing, because the products came and I gave it away to my parents, to my grandparents. You know, Veronica told me I need to give some to my parents because I needed blessings. So I just gave. And I was not left with a lot of products. I actually left my husband's products are the ones that I was able to sell and go pay off the loan. All my products, I gave it away. Guys, don't do that mistake like I did. You can give 2 products, 3 products. Don't give it all away. For me, I gave everything, and I had nothing. The money that I got from my husband's things, I used it to pay my loan. But I still knew forever is for me. I was still talking. I was posting every day, even when I had no 4cc's. I was talking a business and excited every day, even when I was struggling to do 4cc's. That's what pushed me to do this. I wanted to take care of this debt. And with this debt, I resigned. Guys, supervisors don't make a lot of money. But I resigned. I was like, I'm going to make a living with this, whatever money that is coming from this. And the second reason was my daughter. My daughter at this point, she was just 4 years old. She was actually 3 years old, turning 4. And I was there, and I remember telling my husband, like, she's just going to go to a government school. What's wrong with government schools? All the other kids are there. These private school things are just a botch. Guys, that's what I felt. Only to find out later that it's not actually about that. It's because you cannot afford it. It's affordability. So I wanted this child to have what I never had. I wanted to give this child the best. I wanted to go to the best schools. I wanted to have things that she asked for. Not everything that I'm spoiling it, but I wanted my daughter to have everything. So these 2 reasons made me to say, you know what? I'm going to push my business. I wanted out of debt, guys. It was hectic. It was bad. It was frustrating. And I said, I'm going to do this. So I want you to have this why. If you are in this business, make sure that your why is strong enough that you really want to change things for yourself. Now, here's me when I started. Tangi Pena, a brand new assistant supervisor, next to my husband, Aaron Dalu, brand new assistant supervisor. Now, I brought this picture, guys, to tell you that there are no shortcuts in forever. Somebody once asked me, how do I get to manager straight? There are no shortcuts in forever. You start where everybody is starting. I started there. I was there on the 5th of January 2023 to the 28th of January 2023. I was there, an assistant supervisor. We all start there. You start recruiting. You start talking to people restlessly. You start selling those products restlessly. Be motivated, guys. Know that once you have this poster, it's an assistant supervisor. Know that every door has opened. Everything you want and everything you wished for is within your reach in forever. Then I became a supervisor in February 2023. Guys, 2023 February, I became a supervisor. But it took me 8 months to become an assistant manager, because it took me March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. I became an assistant manager in November. It actually took me 9 months. It took me 9 months to become an assistant manager. Now, this is what I want you to understand. You are who you are. We are different. You will recruit someone today that will become a manager in 4 months. You will recruit someone that will become a supervisor in a week. But that doesn't mean your business is not going to grow. You, as long as you believe in your business, you are going to get there. I remember as an assistant, as a supervisor there in September, no, in the whole year, around July, my sponsor kept telling me, Tangi, you are closing this. No matter what, you are closing manager. And I was like, yes, I'm closing manager. And as much as I was saying yes, guys, I had no idea where these CCs are going to come from. Because at that time, I'll be producing 12 CCs, 13 CCs, 19 CCs. I don't know where they're going to, but I was like, yes, we are closing. And I found out I was pregnant, guys. I found out I was pregnant. Yo, I freaked out. And I said, God, things have to change. I don't know. And I closed this assistant manager in November. And I was short 61 CCs to close manager. I remember telling Vero, come hell or high waters. I don't know how. I don't know from where. I'm going to close this manager in December. I will not go to 2024 without closing the manager level. And ladies and gentlemen, December came. We are pushing the CCs. We are talking to people. We are talking to the team. Because understand that in forever, you join alone, but you are not alone. You have a team. As long as you and the team are working together, thriving together, grinding together, soaring and having goals for each other, you are going to get there. Come December 2023, ladies and gentlemen, I needed 60 CCs to close my manager because I did 19 CCs in September, 29 CCs in October, 45 CCs point something in November, and 61 CCs in December. And I closed the manager level. That's how I got to manager level. So you have to go through all this level, even if you are going to go through them in 2 months, because there are people that do it in 2 months. You can go through it in 4 months. You can go through it in 6 months. It all depends on how hungry you are, on how team inclined you are, because you need a team to do this. You need each other to push each other, having goals for each and every person in your team to do this. The fourth picture there, guys, ladies and gentlemen, it was my graduation. I always say it was my graduation to manager. I just gave birth 9 days before. I was a 9-month postpartum there on that picture wearing a white dress. My baby was 9 days old and she was in the car with my husband because I refused to miss Success Day. Success Day is more like our graduation days. I refused to miss my own graduation. I said, no matter what it takes, I'm going to go there. And I want you, guys, if you want to change your life, if you want to build your momentum in the business, if you want to build the skills and knowledge that you need in the business, never, ever miss Success Day. Don't do it. Go to Success Day, unless if you are on a hospital bed, maybe. But do not miss Success Day. Travel from wherever far you are and go to Success Day, because believe me, once you attend Success Day, everything and anything about your business will change. Leaders are built at Success Days. People with visions and goals, they are built in Success Days. So do not miss Success Day, guys. Try to always attend Success Day, because you will change everything about your business. Travels, guys. Forever made me start traveling. I started with my own pictures in my own countries. How many of us have seen even more than 20 towns in our own countries? Tell me. We stay in countries, and I know I came from Oshakati, and I live now in Windhoek, and I went to Swakopmund for a weekend. or for a December, you know, that's all. But we have so many towns that we haven't visited in our country, guys. It took forever to take me to some town. Forever took me to Grootfontein in my own country for the first time. That meteorite second picture that you see there, guys, we have been taught in school about it, but I have never seen it. I have never seen it. It was my first time because of this business. I was on a tour with Veronica. I started to follow her when she came to Namibia. She never invited me to follow her. She never said, Tangi, come with me on this meeting. I just heard she was coming to Namibia, and I said, I'm going to follow her wherever she goes. And I followed her, guys. In every town, in every meeting. If I tell you how I struggled even to have transport money, I would be borrowing transport money, and she doesn't even know. I remember we were in Babish Bay. I had no money for transport. I texted my cousin, who is a security guard, guys. I had no money. And I said, please, please, please borrow me 200. I only have 150, and we are going to Oshakati, and it's 300. She doesn't know these things. That's what was happening to me. I borrowed money to travel on that trip. I remember I was in Tumeb. I borrowed again. I remember I was with Yvonne. We had nothing. And God does things so much, guys, for us. When you are trying, God shows up. That very same day, we only had each $100, and we had no transport to Rundu. And we cannot even tell Vera that we don't have transport money. Luckily, we found this lady who is Yvonne's mother's friend. This lady offered to take us to Rundu for free. So we only paid money, which is $70 for our suitcases in a bus to be taken. Do you see how fortunate things happen when you are trying? But I followed her to every town she traveled because I wanted to learn. I was curious to know, how do people present? Because I have never presented in that time. I have never done a business presentation. I just used to people doing. So I decided to follow her so that I can learn. There I'm at the OR Tambo, guys, 6 months in the business. I went to South Africa for the first time. I paid for my own ticket and I went. Me at the Forever Center for the first time. You could have seen the excitement I heard when I went to Forever, guys. For me, it felt like the world is right in front of me. I felt like a millionaire right there. Guys, on the last picture there, you can see me that day, guys. As much as I was there, I was heavily pregnant. I was sitting with one of them. Most of people, they are amazing. I felt like they are in the big league of Forever. I was just a 3-month manager in the business that attended a manager's convention. I was sitting there with a man, Eno Salema, the country sales manager of Tanzania. Guys, just having conversation with some of those people was scary to me. Damada stand there, guys, the guy that I saw in the video when I was watching my video. Veronica there, my inspiration, Mariana there from Namibia next to me. Thank you, my ladies. Because of you, we are here. Kumo there, I can see Sebi there and Lantla there. And I think Wilpart here, our host here, was taking this picture. He's the one that took the picture. So, lady, for me, this was big. I was even afraid of what to eat. The only thing I ordered was a burger because it's what I knew. I was afraid to order things I didn't know, and I was heavily pregnant, and things come there and I could not even eat them. So I ordered a burger. Nobody knew why I was ordering a burger. I was afraid of ordering things I don't know. And this is exciting. For people looking at me, they're like, yo, look at this lady. She's big. They have no idea how shivering I am. I'm just like, oh my God. Oh, I'm with these people. Oh, now where are we going? Guys, it's such exciting how Forever can change your life. Being able to travel was big for me because it was the first time. And I've been to South Africa now so many times now. And it's not something that I'm used to. What did I achieve in Forever, guys? This is some of the achievement. In January 2023, guys, December to January 2024, November 2023, I became one of number one supervisor in the Southern Africa, guys, for the month of November to January, something that I was not playing. So the country sales manager could put up an incentive that she's looking for the top 10 supervisors in the Southern Africa, whereby she wanted them to attend the Soar to Eagle Convention 2024, where supervisors are taught on how to become Eagle manager and so forth. And they were going to pay for everything, the ticket, the hotels and everything. You are just supposed to go attend and enjoy yourself. Guys, I was not even running for this. The only thing I was doing is push my business. I remember sitting in a restaurant heavily pregnant and receiving a call from Veronica. Like, Tangi, you were the #1 supervisor. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? I started screaming in the restaurant that everybody stood up. They actually thought I'm in delivery. They thought my water broke. I was screaming. I was excited, guys. Things are changing and things are becoming better. Never in my wildest dream did I thought I could do this. #1, guys, in 8 countries is not a joke. And being countries, being people that have been doing the business, and you thought, you know, people would say, yeah, our country is so small, the population is small. Like, it's not about the country. It's not about the population. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about you as an individual. Like you heard from Buddy, from Wilbert, he said, you can recruit from anywhere. People can buy your products from anywhere. So it's not about the population. It's about you as an individual. What are you willing to do to grow your business? What are you willing to do to make sure that your business is growing? The second picture is there, guys. I qualified for a team initiative where we are told become a manager by December and qualify for a ticket to India. Guys, I was supposed to be in India last year in April. I did not go. Even on Soto Eagle, I did not go because I was heavily pregnant. You know, I was heavily pregnant, so I could not go. But down there, I attended my first managers convention. I said, I'm not going to India, but my manager must took care of my everything at manager convention 2023. Thank you, Vera. It was amazing. It was my first time. Everybody was there thinking I'm going to get pregnant. You know, I mean, I'm going to deliver the baby. The stomach is too big. You know, I was there. I remember our host here saying, I was trying to become an Eagle manager then, and he was like, Tangi, please, you cannot push 2 things at the same time. You must choose. Are you choosing Eagle or are you choosing to push the baby, guys? And then Buddy said, I must push the baby. And let's gentlemen, if you have seen my stomach then, you would advise me to push the baby instead. But when your goals are big, when you're driven and when you are hungry, the baby won't matter. You won't even see the stomach because you want the best for what is in the stomach. So you have to push and you have to have crazy dreams, even sometimes when they are not going to happen. But what matters is that you have the dreams. And when the dreams don't work, keep going, keep pushing, because one day they are going to become true. I bought a car in August 2023. September 2023. It's a second-hand car, guys, but it's a very beautiful car. 50,000 of this car, I saved it when I started getting paid. Every cent that I was getting, I was saving it. So I bought this car. 50,000 came from my resignation, and 35,000 somebody added for me, my husband, of course. But for me to have that, to save a 50,000, guys, it's a big thing because I've never used to save. So I put this car here because when I left the house, I was going to buy a 50,000 car. This car that you see here, the silver, you know, in Namibia, this Mazda Texas is all I ever wanted. I've been wanting this car for years, but I couldn't afford it. Not even cash, not even with a loan, nothing. I could not afford it, but I wanted it so bad. And it's just in Namibia, it's just at 50,000, 60,000 there. So I went to the garage to Japan to go look for this car, but we couldn't find them. The one we went to another garage, second car called KGG here in Namibia. So we went there. Now, before I took this car, the car dealer took us to this one that you see me there. And he took me inside. Guys, it was very beautiful. You know, I don't know, for those that have been there, in my car, it's a small car, but very cute inside, very cute outside. You know, it's a beautiful, beautiful Master Demi. I love it. I love my starter pack, guys. Like, it's so cute. But then I was like, you know, there's cameras, there's everything, there's sensors, you know, everything. There's like a TV things, they like, sorry, I don't know, beautiful leather dashboards and everything. But then I told them, guys, I didn't come here for this car. I came here for the other one. So we went in the other one, and guys, when I sat in the other one, silver one, guys, there was nothing happening there. There was nothing happening in that car. So I told them, no, I'm not going to buy this car. I want the other one. Then my husband said, but you don't have enough money to buy that other one. And I said, I'm going to sacrifice everything. So I sacrificed 2 loans, guys. I sacrificed something. And I said, you know what? This money that I was supposed to pay off these things, but I couldn't also because the money is not even enough. I haven't even paid off one. And this one is not enough. So what am I going to do if the money is already small? Guys, working for the government is a botch. Being a teacher for over 10 years, you could not even get a 300,000 cash out. So literally, I couldn't even use this money but to pay off my debt, like literally nothing. I paid off the post and the what and the what later. And then the only loans that were taken from me, it was the loan that came from the bank straight. They took their money and then I was finished. I did not even use a single dollar of my resignation money, guys, to recruit a person. People, even to put in an order, I swear on my mother's grave, I have not. Nothing. Like, it's literally nothing. It's so funny that I have not even used $1 because there was nothing. There was nothing. And I bought this car and I left that garage very happy. Broke, but very happy. And I want to tell you that sometimes when you are praying for things and you say, God, I only want to put bread on my table for my kids. You know what, God, when God shows up, he doesn't give you the bread. He shows you, or he brings you the whole bakery. And that's what I felt when I came out of that garage with that car. I came for that one, but I came out with a bigger one, with a beautiful one, because I believe when you show up, God will show up. You just have to believe. You just have to have the faith. But faith with hard work, I can tell you amazing things can happen for you. Ladies and gentlemen, the achievements continue. 2024, I pushed my business. I said, when I gave birth in May, when I gave birth in May 2024, because I gave birth on the 15th of May 2024, I said, I'm going to become an Eagle manager no matter what. And I can tell you that time my business was on the lowest, just doing very few CCs. September, I got sick. Guys, I had depression. They said it's postpartum depression. And this depression was so worse because all I could think about is suicide. Like, I'm going to kill myself. I would think about all the people that have committed suicide in Namibia that I have seen on social media, and they will be here in my mind. I'll be jumping out of bed. I'll be crying every day. My husband didn't know what to do. He even has to call my family. He does not know what is happening. I have seen the worst, guys. I remember that time, you know, people were in Italy for Eagle manager. Vero is calling me, Tangi, please do a presentation. I'm telling Vero I cannot because I had anxieties. Like, I'm shivering to death. I could not even stand in front of a computer like this to do a presentation. I was afraid. I was shivering. I could just see things in my, guys, mental health is not a joke. And I was there, my business is going down. You know, I started being on 60 cc's. Things started going down. I remember I wanted nothing to do with the business. I wanted nobody to call me. When people call me, I ignore them. My team will tell you guys, they will call me, I'm ignoring them. I'm putting my phone on silent for the first time because everything was in my mind. I didn't want anything to do with forever. I just felt I was going to die. A single word from my daughter would make me scream like something is happening, like I'm going to die right now. I even had to stop breastfeeding, guys, because it was that bad. I got admitted in something that is some ICU think, they call this intensive care unit of mental health. I got admitted there. But ladies and gentlemen, as much as I was going through those things, as much as I would cry from morning to the evening, as much as I will be in my bed thinking I was going to die anytime, as much as all those suicide thoughts of how to kill yourself were up in my mind, if I can promise you, I promise when I'm going to talk about it, I was not going to cry today because I cry most of the time. But today I said, I'm not going to cry. Every time those things are happening, I'm posting my business. As much as I will ignore people when they call me, I am posting the business. I will post exciting stories of other people. I will post the things of other people. And I can tell you it was crazy. We have finished doctors from doctors. They don't understand what is happening. They don't understand. All they tell me is that it's depression. And yes, it's depression. It took me to understand that how people can actually kill themselves. And I say, if a weak person, if I was that weak, ladies and gentlemen, I would be gone today. I can tell you that I would be gone. Because when these things are come, it's like you can even see already the rope that you can use to hang yourself. Like it's here in your mind, it's killing you, it's up there, it's crazy. You look at everybody and you are thinking, what are they gonna say when you are dead? It's there. It's that crazy. Is that bad, guys? I don't wish it for any, even for any, if I had enemies, not even for one of them, guys. Things happen. Nobody knows. I have never told this story so many. I've told it only a bit of it a few weeks ago. And I can tell you it was that bad. I remember Success Day last year, November. I definitely came from that intensive care that I was admitted. And I said, I'm going to attend Success Day. One of the therapists, because we had a lot of therapists there, one of them asked me, but you are not ready. I said, I'm going. I'm going. I went to have a haircut because my cut was just crazy. I went to have a new haircut. I took an old dress. They had a theme, I think, purple, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I had no time to do the theme. I just took one of my old dresses. It was my dress actually that I got married to on a magistrate, I remember. It's a white dress. I took that dress and I said, I'm going for Success Day. I went for Success Day. I was dancing there for those that saw me. I was taking pictures, so excited. But deep down, I was shivering. I was afraid of everybody. I didn't know what to say. If you remember, I didn't even sit. I went to sit far at the back because I was not there. My mind is creeping. Now I was there thinking, yeah, all these people are gonna talk about me when I'm dead. You know, it was crazy. And that was November, guys. And I went, I got recognized, I think, for 4cc, I think in 3 consecutive months, and then in 4 consecutive months, in 12 consecutive months. I got recognition for being on Eagle Manager, on the way to Eagle Manager, I think. It was exciting. And I remember the country sales manager asking me, why did you fall off on the 60 club? Because when I got 6 in September, I fell off. I didn't do 60 cc's in September. I didn't do 60 cc's in October. And I remember telling her the truth that I got sick. I'm depressed right now. I'm going through it. I don't know what is happening. Everything is happening. She prayed for me. She said, so I was going to pray for me. And she said, sometimes when you are about to become successful, or when the Lord is about to elevate you, the devil also challenge you. Because as much as as much as God is fighting for you and he wants to elevate you, it's as much as the devil is against it and he's going to try to fight you. She told me that. And she said, you need to pray and you need to pray hard. Guys, I can tell you that's the time I learned this prayer, guys, and prayer works. I started praying. I remember I called my aunts, I called everybody. I'll wake up early mornings and say, please pray for me. I would pray for myself. You would pray it because it's really, really bad, guys. It's so bad. And the same November, I remember Miriama did 200 cc's. And when I saw it that day, I don't know, I just started crying. And I texted Vero and I said, this is it, Vero. Miriama did a 200cc. I'm going to push this business and I'm going to do 200cc too. And I called Miriam myself. And then I congratulated her and I told her you know what? You just woke something in me. And I think it's time I have to stand up for my business. I had to get out of this dark hole that I am in, and I'm going to push my business. I'm going to push it. And I don't know, you know, December is actually a month where people think there's no business. People are going for holidays. Things are happening. There's no money and so forth. I remember telling my team that, you know what, guys, December was the month I closed my supervisor, my manager level. And I did 61 CCs for the first time in my business. And it was December. So I remember telling my team that we are not going to sit this December. We are not going to think there's no business in December, because there is so much business in December. We are going to close our supervisor levels. We are going to create our basis for supervisors. We are going to do everything. And guys, it's true when they say, if your team is not pushing, it's because they don't see you pushing. I was so down the past 4 months, and my team went down with me. Nothing was happening. Not for me, not for them. This one does a 1 order, this one does 2 orders, and that's it. Nothing was happening. And that day, when I made that decision, I went back to the team, I regrouped the team. Things started happening, and we did 120 something CCs, if I'm not mistaken. 104 CCs was done in the Southern Africa. That was the time everything turned. February, we did it again. I mean, January again, people say there's no money. It's the first month, people are recovering, whatever. We did 100 and something CCs. And February, guys, we did 174 CCs with the team. And that's when I closed that Eagle Manager in February. Congratulations to Team Tangi, guys. I couldn't be Team Tangi without you guys. And then the same month also, I closed the Forever to Drive Level 1 qualifier. And my husband is there with me, guys, because this man stood and witnessed it all, you know, crying. You know, there will be time he say, maybe we can stop the business. And I would say, no, I won't stop. And then he will say, look at all those people. Sometimes I would tell him, you know, maybe it's not happening. And he say, just keep going. Just look at those ladies. Listen to their story. Listen to what they went through. But they made it. Just keep going. Just keep pushing. And I tell you, one thing about Forever is the only way you won't make it in Forever is if you give up. If you give up, guys, you won't make it in Forever. I say everybody that didn't make it in Forever is because they gave up. Some people will say, you know, I didn't have a sponsor that was supportive and anything. And I say, there are people out there making it Forever that had their sponsor leave the business the day they started. You move to the next person. When you join the business, it's not about you. It's about, it's not about the sponsor that brought you in the business. It's about you. So you want to do the business. You are going to push your business, even if your sponsor give up. Even if your sponsor is not supporting you, move to the next person. Push the business no matter what, because believe me, Forever don't only work when you give up. I have a downliner today telling me things are bad. And I say, there's no bad situation you are going to be in Forever that I haven't been, where you feel nobody's buying, where you feel nobody's joining, where you feel nothing is happening. I tell you, all those things, you will go through them in Forever. Everybody that you are seeing at the top, everybody that you are seeing achieving things have gone through them, where they felt is they want to give up, where they felt nobody's buying, where they felt nobody is being recruited, even when they are posting every day. The only thing that is going to make you lose is if you stop posting every day. If you stop If you stop your business, if you give up, that is the only way forever will not work for you. Guys, I had people telling me you are wasting your time. When I resigned, they laughed at me and said they are going to see me back in the street begging them for money. They said they are going to see me white because those things don't work. They said my mother was there, my sister was there, but it didn't work. And I said, I'm not your mother and I'm not your sister. Just because it didn't work for them doesn't mean it won't work for me. I don't know what they haven't done. Because for me, when you say it didn't work for you, I would never say what happened. I will say, what is that you haven't done? What is that you haven't done that your business didn't work? Because for me, if your business didn't work, it means you gave up. It means you gave up. And forever will only work, guys, if you give up. Look where I came from, guys. In the first picture, that's where I used to live. 2020. As a teacher, guys. That is where I used to live. On the first picture, you can see. That is my daughter there that you can see there. That is me on the other side there. This is my friend who came to visit me. In the second picture, when I got married, I moved in with my husband in my mother-in-law's house because my husband lost his job, number one. He lost everything. And he moved in also with his mother. So he was staying at a flat. When he was working, he had a flat in his mother's house where he built a 1-bedroom flat, which only have a small kitchenette. For those that have seen it, have been there, knows what I'm talking about. I couldn't take a picture of it. And then it was like a 1-room and a 1-bathroom. We have been living there from 2020 when I got married. I got married in 2020. And I was living there. People have spoken, people have laughed, you know, when you get married, people expect you now to go live somewhere else nicer or find a better place. For us, we couldn't because we were in debt, guys. There was no money. My husband has to get a new job, and the job that he got could not even afford us a better place. So we had to stay there. And I remember when we started in Forever, we said, we are going to push one account, which was my account then. And we will only get out of this flat once we become manager. We have been staying there, guys, for 2020, 2021, 2022, 2020. Because I moved in before I got married. 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. We stayed there for 4 years. And I became a manager in December 2023. My first salary for manager came in February because December I was still an assistant manager. So my income that I got paid in January was assistant manager. So my first income came in on the 13th of February 2023. I remember I was in South Africa for managers convention. And I said, we are moving. Guys, we moved when I came back on the 15th of February, we moved. Because I said, once we hit manager, we are going to move. And I remember my first salary as a manager, it was round about 25,000, if I'm not mistaken, because we didn't do a lot of CCs in January. And we moved to this flat. Being in a front bedroom flat where you are sharing everything with your child and your husband and the nanny that used to come in, guys, for 4 years. We moved in this flat in Khomasdal. We are still living here. It might not be something best for someone, but for me and my family, this is beautiful, guys. It's a 3-bedroom flat. It has a bedroom for me and my husband, which is en suite. It has another bathroom. So I have people that are now living with me. 3-bedroom, guys. For me, this is big. And for me, this is an achievement. And for me, I am happy to be here after I have stayed at those places that you have just seen. And I'm happy that we are here. And because I still believe better things are coming and better days are coming. Better things and good things are coming, ladies and gentlemen, because Forever can give you everything. Forever can give you whatever is that you want. We are in this flat and we pay 9,000 Namibian dollars a month. Guys, I was not even getting paid 9,000 Namibian dollars as I was a teacher. So this is good for us. It's big, it's comfortability, it's living nice, it's having your own space. And then I have this called God-given, guys. I suffer from fertility issues. My doctor said I could never conceive naturally. So my first daughter, I had been on medication, I think, for 2 years. We have been trying, being injected here and there, tablets here and there, but it was never working. We had to take a loan. Guys, we take loans as, hey. We had to take a loan for me to have the IVF, to get pregnant for the first time. That's how I got pregnant with my first daughter. I have hormonal problems. I have small follicles. I have so many problems. So I could not get pregnant just like that. The second baby, the one that is 11 months, she's crying, you can hear in the background. I remember telling Vero in June 2023, like, I can't wait to become manager so that I can get pregnant. And Vero said, why do you need to become manager to get pregnant? They said, we need money. Then why do you need money to get pregnant? So I had to tell her the story. And she told me, why don't you use the berry nectar and the vitalize? Then I said, those things don't work for me. Because when you know, when the doctor tells you that you can't, you believe it here. It's here. It's like when the doctor tells you it's cancer, it doesn't heal. You believe it and you are going to die because of that. And it was the same thing for me. I believed I could never get pregnant naturally. So I said, Vera, those things won't work for me. She said, try it. If your problem is natural, you'll get pregnant. And then she said, but try it in January, because me and you are going to Paris. I mean, to India in April. Now, India, for that thing that I said, I qualified, because for her, she believed I was going to become manager all along. And I started laughing because I just thought she's wasting her time. And then when the 2 hours finished, I started drinking these things. For me, I started drinking these things because I wanted to prove her wrong that these things won't work. Guys, it took me only 2 months. 2 months. And I was pregnant. That throat there is mine. Luckily, it's next to me here. It's here. There where you can see the berry nectar. It's not what they say. It's not photoshopped. It's mine. Here is the receiver that you can see. I put the product. It's here. It's so mine. That pregnancy test is mine. That picture is mine. I got pregnant in 2 months because of this amazing product. I'm not saying now if you take it, you're going to get pregnant in 2 months too. It depends on your body. Some people can take 6 months. Some people can take even a month. Some people can take a year. It all depends on your body, on how it's supposed to take the products. For me, it took me only 2 months, guys. I found out I was pregnant. That is me in South Africa, looking very beautiful and pregnant. That is how amazing it was. So I call it my God-given, because it was amazing, guys. It was really, really, really amazing. Berry nectar worked. From there, I was addicted to berry nectar. I loved berry nectar. So even when I gave birth, I started drinking it, because once you take it, you heal faster and everything, and heal faster, guys. It's such amazing. And you won't believe, guys. I'm going to share something I've never shared it with anyone before. I'm sitting here, my baby is 11 months, and I'm pregnant again. So if you don't, I'm pregnant again. I'm sharing this with you. So guys, if you are done with babies, stop drinking berry nectar. Stay away from it. Go sell it instead for people that wants to. Stay away from berry nectar. I'm even here. I don't know if I'm going to end up in Phuket, Thailand, 2023, but God, I need to go to Phuket. God sees I'm going to go to. Yes, again, Evans. Yes, again. That's how powerful berry nectar is. That's how powerful this things is. So I'm telling you that go sell these products because they work. These products are amazing. For someone who have tried all her life to get pregnant, and now it's raining pregnancy. You know, it's quite amazing. And I can tell you, we have people out there that are suffering from these things. We have people, a lot of women that are, the only thing that they need to do is to keep drinking this. Now the people expect you drink it, you buy one today and then you go fall pregnant. No, keep drinking it like the way you drink juice or water in the house. You keep it in the fridge and take a glass per day. You know, tell your clients that they need to be having this thing in the fridge every day. So they buy, so that they can buy every day. That is how they are going to get pregnant. Now, if you drink or you buy only one and then you expect to get pregnant, no. It's like you are being on medication. You are being told you need to take the medication for 5 months and you are expecting it to work in 1 month. Keep taking it. Keep taking it. But if you are done, stay away from it. Stay away. My ending, guys, here we are. I want to tell you that in forever, we all start somewhere. I want you to look at those two pictures there. The first one there, I want you to look at the last statement there where you can see 270032286662. That is my Forever Business Owner number. That is my FBO number. It was June 2023. In June 2023. That was my salary because I did not get paid in March, in May, in April, because I didn't do 4cc. Once you don't do 4cc, you will never get paid, guys. Commit to doing 4ccs. So I did not do 4cc in March. I did not get paid in April. I did not do 4ccs in April. I did not get paid in May. But fortunately, I started back. I recruited one person in May and did the other 2ccs with product. And I got paid. That was my income in June 2024. 1,979, guys. We all start somewhere. I want you to understand, because you will find people seeing a lot of money and they say, yeah, they are just telling us that because they are getting paid a lot, because they have been in the business, they are up there. Guys, wherever you are, we have been there. Wherever you are, whatever level you are, we have been there. I have people in my team getting paid this money and they are like, it's small money, and they are supervisor. That is my income, 1,979 as a supervisor. Remember, they said you can get less than a 6,000. You can get more, even get a 10,000 a supervisor. It all depends on how you do your business that particular month. And that is just some of the income. My income was there, 1,900. I have been there, guys. So don't think we people are here because we started getting a lot of money. No. I couldn't find this. I had to go back into my statement of 2023 today. Just now when Wilpard was talking, that was me busy with. I wanted to show this. It was never in my presentation. I don't share this usually. Whoever saw my story before, they are seeing this thing for the first time. I'm sharing it for the first time to tell you that this 71,000, this is what I got paid on the 13th of March, 2025, just last month. Is 71,119. That was the check I got from Forever, straight into my bank account. But I came from the 1,000s, from the 800. There was even a time I was paid 800. From the 6th, I came from there. We all come from there. You just need to push your business. It will get there. Never in my wildest dream, when I was watching other people getting a paid of money, a lot, I was just say, one day will be me. Because it's true in Forever. One day it will be you. And for that one day to be you, you need to believe. You need to keep going. You need to have faith, and you need to keep working hard. And believe you me, one day it will be you. Not even as a teacher on my bonus month, I'll get that. Ladies and gentlemen, my principal doesn't even get paid that money. Probably even some of the CEOs and directors are not even getting paid this money. So push your business. Guys, I know my income is going to be on 100,000 very soon. Maybe next month or this month. I don't know. But I'm telling you, you dream it possible and it will come true in forever. You work hard for it. You believe in it and it's going to come true for you. Never. When I started this business, never thought I'll get this money in just 2 years. I felt 2 years was too little. For someone, they gotten this money in 4 months, in 3 months, in 6 months. Even if you have been here for 5 years and you are still didn't get this money, believe it, it's coming. You just have to keep pushing and you just have to keep going. Now, what is my why, guys? I want the best things for these kids, you know? I want to build them the best, to give them the best. Yes, they are still in the, I took them to the best schools, even when I used to say they will never get they will never get to, you know, I used to think they would never go to private school because what is private school? It's a botch. Now they're attending private school. My daughter is going for gymnastics. She's doing chess. You know, she's having a mathematics clubs. You know, I'm paying all these little things that this kid is attending because I want the best for her. I want to give her the best. Things that I have never even dreamed that I one day could do. For those that have seen my status, you have seen me posting her gymnastics. You know, she does a lot of swimming classes. She does a bunch of things because I can afford it. And I know if I was a teacher, she would probably be schooling at my school. If I was still a teacher and not in forever, she would be attending at my school. Guys, I'm not saying go leave your job. We have managers. I produce a manager who is still a teacher, doing the business part-time. I produce a manager who is a nurse, still doing the business part-time. So I'm not saying go leave your job. No, I chose to leave my job because I was forced to become a teacher. I never wanted to become a teacher. But my mother passed on. My father was those fathers. There was no money to pay for my school. Nobody could pay to school to do what I wanted. So I went to the college to become a teacher because teachers used to study for free back then in Namibia. That's how I became a teacher. So you can actually build this business and become whatever doing this business part-time. So these are the things that are possible, guys, things that can happen for you if you choose to in this business. And I'm going to give these kids my best. You know, I'm going to give them my best. Now, in conclusion, guys, when you do forever, I want you to do forever having the reason why. Why do you want to do forever? Why are you doing forever? Because once you have this reason, ladies and gentlemen, it's very powerful. It's going to grow your business. Because when you are doing something, you need to work towards something. You need to have a reason why are you working this business. You need to love people. Because if you don't love people in forever, believe me, you won't make it in forever. You need to have a heart for people. You need to be humble when you're working with these people. Then your business will grow. You don't need to love your family. I'm speaking about total strangers. I'm speaking about your downliner. Guys, we have people in our meeting, our business, in our teams that we have never met before. We have produced supervisors that we have never met before. Recruited people that we have never met before. Just from social medias. So you need to love these strangers. You need to love everybody. Communicate with them immaculately. Impact. You need to be ready to impact this life. Every person's life that you touch, you are going to leave a mark. And believe me, your business is not going to grow. Not only those who are recruiting, not only are you impacting your family. Yes, my kids think the world of me. They think I'm a millionaire right now. Even today, my daughter came in this room while I was busy. Mommy, how many CCs do you have? Mommy, you need 200 CC because 200 CC is a lot of money. Because she already understands that CCs means money. So you not only is your family you are going to impact, but the world around you, total strangers. You know, the SMS will be, if I share them on my status sometimes, you know, SMSs that you receive from people. Tangi, thank you so much for introducing me to this business. I don't know where I would be. Sending so much, my confidence is so built up now. Thank you so much. Things are just changing for me. You know, I can't believe I'm saying, you need to do that. The impact that you leave for people when you are loving and when you are humble, this kindness follows you wherever you go. Goals, guys, goals. You won't win without goals. You won't win without goals. Short-term goals, long-term goals. Set targets yourself. You know, don't be assistant supervisor for too long. Start the business and set a goal and say, 2 months, I need to complete this supervisor. Have the goals and have the long-term goals. 3 years, I need to buy my house. I need to pay off the debts. Because Forever can do that in 3 years, in 2 years, guys. It can do that. So if you don't have goals, the business won't grow because you are fighting for nothing, because you have no reason for doing it. So have these goals. You want an iPhone in 2 months, work hard towards it. Say, I want 10 cc's in this month. You know, I was talking to one of my downliner today, and she said the business is so slow. And I said, get on your knees. She said, nobody's buying my products. And everybody's that are recruiting, they are just quiet. I said, tonight when you go to bed, go on your knees. Pray for the product. Pray for the, you know, have those goals and say, in this 10 days, I'm going to produce those 10 cc's. And believe me, the 10 cc's are going to come. You just have to work for it. Resilience. Very, very important. You are going to meet all the ups and downs. It's not going to be pity party every day. It's not going to be happy place every day. You're going to meet a lot of things that are going to happen to you. I just shared some of them that I went through. Resilience, no matter what happens to you. Post the business every day. Push the business every day. Even if it's just a small while, because sometimes what we go through can be so much. But try to push that button and just post that what the money for entering the business, for joining the business, or post that aloe vera gel. Just do something every day. Believe. I need you to believe in the business. I need you to believe it's possible for you as for other people. I need you to believe that other people are not special. The Bible said God has reasons to, God has plans to prosper us and give us hope for a bright future. When that was written in the Bible, guys, it was not for certain people. It's for everybody. It's for everybody. And once you believe that, and once you walk towards that in your mind, it's going to be possible for you. Isaiah 41:10 said, I will give you, do not fear. You know, I'll give you the strength. And believe me, he will give you the strength. It's not going to be easy, because as much as you are trying, God is fighting for you. And the devil is fighting you. And you need to choose a side. You need to push even when things get hard, even when the stress kicks in, even when there's nobody joining, when there's nobody feel like he's recruiting. You need to keep going. You will even meet team members that will stress you, that will say things to you that are very hurtful. And you are not going to write them off. You are going to keep them in the team. You are going to find a way to amicably, you know, solve this situation. You are going to have people thinking you are there where you are because of them, but you have to keep pushing. You have to keep going. I left something there that's supposed to be after believe. Do your 4cc, guys. There is no success story. There is no testimonial in forever. You have been listening to people. Tia did it last week. The other week, who is this lady from South Africa did it. There is no testimonial without 4ccs. You need to do the 4ccs. Guys, I've told my team, they know. I've sold things in this house to do 4CCs. I remember I sold all my wigs when I cut my hair because I needed to do 4CC. I remember selling the old couches because I needed to do 4CCs. I remember selling my kids' clothes and my husband's clothes and my own clothes. And to do 4CC. There was even a time we went to Havana. For those that knows, Havana is the slumbers, the Ramadulas. And I went there to sell these things without my husband's knowledge. So one day we went there because one of my uncles lives there, and he saw his shoes. And he said, Tangi, are those not my shoes? I started laughing. And I told him, I'm sorry, I sold them. I needed money to do the 4CCs. Then it's like, but you didn't tell me. I'm like, you don't wear them. I couldn't tell him because men have these sentimental things of them that they bought somewhere back in the years, and these things are very important to them. Even when they don't fit anymore, they have it. Guys, me, I will sell it to do my 4CCs. There is no success story without 4CCs. You need to do the 4CC. And once you get the power of doing the 4CCs, I can tell you, you will see how your life is going to transform in front of you, how things are going to change. You remember, I want to tell you a story of Sylvie. She said, 2023, she said she's going to do 4CC every month. And she doesn't become a manager by December, she will quit the business. So she said she will try to recruit one person or two people every month, and she's going to push herself to talk to more people every day to make sure that she's sharing these stories and inviting to every meeting and inviting every Zoom, so that she tries to do a 4CCs every month. And if she fails to do if she doesn't become a manager by December 2023, she's going to quit forever. But she never used to do 4CCs, but she chose to do it every month. And believe me, by September, she was a manager. But she has been a supervisor for what? For 2 years, I think. For 1 year, an assistant supervisor for 1 year. But she was not doing 4CC. But she chose to do 4CC every month. And she clocked manager. Guys, there's no success story in Forever without 4CCs. Every person that you see on this screen telling their story, consistently doing 4CC, no matter how hard it is. 4CC is not easy every day, but you gotta push yourself to your limit to do them every month. Don't miss it for a second. If you want to build a successful business and a profitable business that you are willing to see in your future, you get used to 4CC. Set goals of 4CC each and every month when you start the month. And second last, guys, I need you to pray. Whatever religion you are from, whatever God you believe in, you need to pray. Pray for the business. Pray for the product. Pray for your downliners. Pray for, I told one of my sisters today, I said, go on your knee habit. Some people, you go to bed and you pray while you're sleeping, God, and the next moment you forget. God will also forget, guys. Or sometimes you pray, God, please help my business to grow. If you sell one tooth gel, that is God helping your business to grow. You need to be specific with your Father, guys. Be specific with him and ask him what you want. The same way when your child comes to you, or when you go to your parents and say, I need $100, they will ask you for what? They want you to be specific with what you want so that they can give it to you. So when you go on your knees, go to your God, to your Father, and be specific. I want to be a manager, God. Give me the strength and the power to speak to everybody. Speak wisdom in my mouth. Work hard. Give me the strength to work hard in my business, because this year, 2025, I do not want to leave this month without the year becoming a manager. I need to be a manager. Be specific. Pray for everything, but be specific. Ask what you want in prayer and it shall be given to you. But it doesn't be given for free. You need to work for it. Because God can only bless the work of your hand for you to get what you want. I want you to believe, ladies and gentlemen, that forever is a blessing. Forever is not a side hustle. Guys, we are in 140 something countries. Look at our videos, how many people you see around the world. Look at how many success stories that you see. I want you to believe it, that forever is for you as it's for Tangi. It's for you as it's for Wilbert. It's for you as it's for anybody that you see, that you meet, that is doing well in forever. You can be any of those people. You just need to decide. You just need to get out of the comfort zone to the thinking of, I don't think I can make it, the thinking of maybe it's not for me, the thinking of you are not Tangi. We have quite people in this business, Mariana, them that are so soft, but they are doing it like crazy. My manager that I just my family, even at school, people look at it and they start laughing. But where is she today? She believed forever will work. No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter how you can speak, no matter how soft you are, you have to believe. And I can tell you it will work for you, and you will forget in the future that you are soft. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to believe that. And I want you to believe that forever will work for you as it will work for other people, because it's what it takes for us to become successful. And that is my story. My name is Tangi Pena and Bambi, ladies and gentlemen. I am a very, very, very proud owner of Forever Business. And if you want to be this Tangi, if you want to create your own Tangi story, start today. Pull up the socks today. Work your business today. And I can tell you by December, you will tell a story. I am ready, guys. I told you I'm pregnant. Watch me. We don't sit. Don't make excuses. Pregnancy is not a sickness. Yes, we can get exhausted sometimes. But when your goals are big, when you have reason for doing what you want, everything and no excuse can get in your way. Talk about resilient. Thank you so much, guys. My name is Tangi, like I said. Now I'm going to do forever. Thank you so much. Back to you, buddy.
Wow, Tangi, you have no idea what you just did here. I was having goosebumps all over the session. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's not put fire emoji for Tangi, but I want us to do something different. I want us to do something different for Tangi. She took us through an emotional roller coaster. Tangi, you made us laugh. You made us cry. You made us, felt so much in just one session. You made us inspired. You've made us wake up and say, like, you know what? If Tangi can do it, I can also do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, let's not put fire emoji for Tangi, but rather let's put some love emojis. And we are sending love to you, Tangi. We're sending love to you because of what you've been through. We're sending love to you because of who you are, the kind of person you are, the struggle you've been through, the things that you're doing for your family, and most important is the love that you've shown for the people that you just spoke to today. Tangi, we love you so much, and may God bless you. All this love, please check in the chat. Everybody is sending you your flowers. All the
I'm
love for
seeing
you.
here. Let me take a video. I can see here.
Thank you. This is beautiful. You did an amazing things. Thank you so much. And we love you so much. I will always call you Auntie Tangi because we came very far.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Thank you,
amazing. So
buddy.
thank you so much. You did an amazing job. So everybody, I believe, is so inspired, so motivational. I can see a lot of love there for you, Tangi, and this is so beautiful. And we are so happy, so happy and excited. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep them love coming. Keep them love coming. And we have just officially ended this session. I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm not going to say anything else. I don't want to put or anything. Just if you want to know how to get started, if you're not started yet, please get back to the person who sent you this link and how you join this business, how you join the Zoom meeting. Get to that person and tell them that I'm inspired by Tangi's story, and now I want to get started so that I can also build my own story. So, ladies and gentlemen, Please, more love for Tangi, and this is beautiful. Tangi, thank you so much. May God bless you. May God bless you. And we are so happy. And I'm glad. I know everything happens for a reason, but I'm telling you, I am glad I sent you that message inviting you here, and you did not hesitate to say yes. And we are so blessed that you shared your story with us. You've poured your heart for us. You've shared everything. You've shared your whole journey. So inspiring. You've shared your background. You've been vulnerable to us. And it's just, I don't know, I'm just out of words. Tangi, thank you and God bless you. And yes, I'm gonna see you in Phuket.
Definitely. You will have to see me in Phuket.
I'm
Definitely.
gonna
Thank you
see
so
you in Phuket.
much.
Whether you're gonna have a very big bump, but I'll make sure that
Again,
this time we're not leaving you.
again. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye bye, everybody. See you
Bye,
again
everybody.
next week. Everybody, next week, time like this, we're gonna have another lady. She couldn't join us this week, but we're gonna have another lady all the way from Kenya. She's a senior manager. Her name is Rhoda Mwangi. You will be so inspired. She has started this business as a very young lady, and she has built an amazing business in Kenya, and she's one of the top leaders in Kenya. Thank you so much, everybody. Good night. Bye bye. May God bless you all, and I wish you a great success. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.